Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to another mass test for EVE Online, the only true sandbox in the world of gaming at the moment. So let's get out of here. We are asked to warp to the XBV gate, which is of course the first step, and the focus for today's mass test is on the updated missile graphics, which I don't think are meant to be changed all that much, but they are meant to at least get some slightly better performance out of it. So yeah, it's performance and possibly some changes to the missile graphics that we'll be focusing on. So we've got lots of jackdaws out of here. We actually have a nicely skinned jackdaw, but let's first head for XBV, warp within 0, and I do want to show you guys something. Let's see, where did I put that? In the corp chat. Jackdaw quantum potential skin. Look at that, a dark jackdaw with the blue stripes and then with the power field, power fluctuations effect on there. Looks really amazing. I love to fly the jackdaw for exploration, so I think I'm not usually one for buying skins, but this one is definitely on my radar. Just look, this is so cool with all the little animations there, the flickerings of power all over the hull and the armor. So cool. Yeah, definitely something that'll upgrade the auto jackdaw for exploration, I think. Anyways, let's keep an eye on mass testing as more and more ships arrive. I did decide to grab the auto jackdaw as well for this mass test, and there's a bit of confusion in the message of the day. It says that we have to actually shoot at a structure for a little bit. And Speaker Light keeps telling us that we're gonna dive straight into a fight. So we'll see how it works out. I'm also in Fleet X, being picked up before I actually X'd up. And it's Fleet X and Fleet Z that is going to duke it out in the PvP fight, or in the PvP part of this mass test. We're hiding the brackets, that's good. And look at the missile. So I'm not sure if we're having the second mass test, maybe for a tiny little fraction, because I was constantly losing the trails whenever missiles were fired during the latest mass test, especially on the smaller missiles. And what I'm seeing here is quite a consistent pattern with, well, a different type of trails than what we have on TQ for sure. So, but at least it's a bit more consistent. It looks pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing here from that golem. So as we still wait, let's take a look here at the golem firing off the missiles. So there they go. And then you've got, you see, these new types of trails. I think that's definitely a difference from TQ. And maybe that helps a little bit with performance, that it's not so sharp. It's yeah, a bit more vapory. Actually has a green hue to it, but at least it's a lot more consistent than what I saw on the last mass test. So sounds interesting. Other ships here, we've got some big ones. We always have a Titan that shows up as well. Then we've got some dreadnoughts. Their missile pattern could be quite interesting to see as well. And the focus, well, we were asked to also take smaller ships, potentially with rockets. I've got the missiles myself, but hopefully we'll see some people with the rockets. Now let's zoom out a little bit, and then, oof, man, that actually, you can see more from those missiles. So we are asked to jump, so let's do that. And we are talking around 200 people. Not that much, not that many people on this mass test, but this one was very short notice, like 24 hours or even less than that notice before the actual mass test starting. So the jump through, yeah, pretty fast. Locals already up to 120, so not really a big deal. I'm not spotting any major problems here. What's gonna be interesting is, of course, once everyone on grid starts firing, whether it's at ourselves or at each other or on a structure, it could be quite interesting. So let's take a look here. Anything happening? No Tatara in today's test, so it looks like we'll be aligned to Poitot then. Let's preemptively do that. And in the message of the day, I'm not sure if it's still here. Or, oh yeah, they removed it. In the previous message of the day, maybe I can still find it just to show them that they switched it up. It doesn't show up here. Where is it? there we go. There was a part, warp to Tatara and shoot it only for a minute. So they removed that. They want to go straight into the, well, the most intensive part when it comes to performance and these new graphics, which is of course the PvP fight when everyone's on grid rather than a bash. Fleet X warp to Poitot Gate and jump through. So we are going to actually do the gate camp. Now, is that a Gila firing? People are already leaving. So we're going to follow the instructions. Stargate, Poitot, and do a quick jump through. But oh, there you can see the Gila firing. And look at the new trails there. Much more consistent. Also darker. Different from on TQ. But I like it. Something that even zoomed out, we might be able to see a lot of that. So, okay, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Let's definitely... Fleet Z is gonna warp to the gate and wait. We have about 100 people right here. So, should be pretty close to a 50-50 fight. That could be interesting. And we are, of course, going to start with an orbit at current. Speed up. We are cap stable. So, let's activate everything. And let's see if anyone is firing at anything. Sometimes neutrals do go through, like Zonak in the Hawk. Now I wait until they actually, I try to wait until they give the order to start the fight. But yeah, always dangerous to not be in the fleet. As you can see, some drones are actually attacking Zonak right there. And always a little bit more dangerous. But is he also, yeah, he's firing the missiles. Look at that. Good. Look at the contrails, and then they're changing to that greenish hue and that darker contrail at the end. Definitely a little bit different. Very, very interesting. And to me, major improvement to the graphics from the last Masters. Just look at the consistency here. That is definitely very, very nice. He's being attacked by some drones, but yeah, even when I look away, now let's maybe also zoom out a little bit. These are, of course, the smallest possible missiles or rockets, but this is nice. This is still visible, quite constant, and doing its job. Look at that. Like this. Ooh, there's something else being attacked by lots of big stuff. And again now, look at that. Battleships firing off. And clearly having the contrails with the black smoke at the end. I like it. I like what I'm seeing right there. So let's maybe see what it is that... Are we firing? Are we really firing? No, he's actually in fleet. So we won't be attacking him. And are we firing? Oh, that's a red rattlesnake. Bounty payment. No fighting just yet. Ah, so good. Maybe I should just go straight into tactical mode and really try to grab the flights. But I am, look at that, so much more recognizable, all the missiles coming in. This even feels like you've got more of an effect than on TQ because of the greenish black effect that you're seeing here. Look at this guy now, just getting peppered on all sides by different sizes of missiles. And you can clearly see them come in. Ooh, now we had a couple without a contrail, but these were still here. And that's a miss. That happens from time to time as well. When they're still underway, the target's actually destroyed at that moment. And then they hesitate for a moment and continue on their path there. But already now I can see missiles flying around. And I can also somewhat see where they're coming from. Look at that guy. God, I wish. Let's see. Well, we're gonna get started on the fight. So let's zoom out a little bit. And are we having targets shown? Target San in the Raven. He's in range normally, so we're going to add our little missiles. Oh, and I should then zoom in, try and get a view of that. Targeting the Ragnarok. Really? You want us to go straight after the Ragnarok? Well, I'll do that. So we'll take a view very close to my Jackdaw. And then again take a look at my missiles. Didn't see the contrails there. That's the Ragnarok firing. That is cool. There they are. And look at that. Actually spreading out. And you can clearly see that, yeah, that change in hue. Going to green and then black. And then we're hitting all over that Ragnarok. Pretty cool. Audio is skipping just a little bit. But this is a nice scene. I'm like a little fly that is or a little mosquito that is sending pinpricks at that behemoth that is at the same time firing all its massive guns. And if I get closer, maybe we should do that. Orbit at 500, get really close up on that Titan that is getting hit a lot. But yeah, you can see missiles coming in from many different places. And you can see here the trails. So that does look a lot better. Now let's zoom out a little bit. The sun is a little annoying at this point. FPS dropping 30-40, so that still feels okay. I feel decently comfortable zooming out on this. And there, look at that. Caracal or Cerberus that is now in the middle of the screen. And then when he fires... Come on, give us a shot. Ah, he's just not firing. God damn it. Now that I'm focusing on him, is stopping his firing. But there was really a clear volley towards him. And yeah, just look at how huge that Titan is, of course. And then you've got the shield effects. Well, is that a quarter shields? Not sure if this is all that useful, but just look at the explosion on that shield. Not seeing that many. Well, there you can see them. That ship right there firing. And then here again, look at the rain. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Look at all the trails from all of those missiles. And then they hit the shields. But you can see that when the rain is brought down on it, you've got them coming down on all sides. I like it. I like it. It's so much more consistent than last time. And definitely a pretty nice improvement. Alright, let's orbit this one a little bit closer at this point. And let's see if we can try and take a look at some of the other targets that we might want. Here's a Nemesis. That could be good for us to try and hit. Let's see how we can do here. Nemesis, stealth bomber, firing. There are my missiles. You can see the trails. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Is that just me? Ouch. He's in structure now. Will he be able to warp off? Nope. That was ooh, ouch. Sorry, Nemesis pilot, but you were a little too thin on that one. Let's see how the Vengeance holds up. And yeah, we could take a look at the Vengeance itself. So there it goes. Look at its missiles firing off. That's gonna be the rocket effects. That is pretty nice. And then if you zoom out a little bit more, let's see if we can see some incoming missiles. He's just firing everything he's got. So yeah, pretty good effects there. Still have a Synesis to targets. Couple bigger targets there. Still have a Tengu. And then, do I have the range for the Synesis? Yeah, 52 kilometers. That'll work. So quite a long flight path. And okay, now here, right, a bit more busy on the screen. And actually the trails were gone. But if I zoom out, you can see trails here, trails right there going through this. So even zoomed out now, you're still getting a very nice view of everything. And major improvement in my book on the consistency of that. It skips from time to time. Maybe that is also because I'm like zooming in all of a sudden quite heavily. So let's, and there you go, you've got a volley that was not showing the trail. Oh. And there they are now. You can see the Tengu's trails. Maybe it's also because we're looking straight at their direction. And so basically, you know, well, no, you're really not seeing any trails coming from my missiles at this point. So, well, that's what I was expecting. A little bit more of that. So it's still not 100% consistent, but it is definitely a pretty big improvement as the Ragnarok is getting very close to armor at this point. Yeah, and so it's not, but look at that coming from Scorpion, look at that coming from that frigate, whatever it is there, firing really quickly. So much more visible. Pretty good. Situation reports. We're still fighting with 172 people in local, so that's still definitely a decent amount. And I'm still attacking that Tengu at 20 kilometers. As we run out of missiles. Any other targets? Damnation, that's going to be very tanky. Corax, that should be juicy. Anything else? That's a heretic, but that's CCP Antiquarian. So he's gonna have the cheat stuff on him. And then here we've got a purifier. It's also a stealth bomber. Let's see what kind of a tank he fit up there. Ooh, that's his shields gone. That's his shields gone. There come my missiles with trails. That's pretty good. That's half armor. And I can keep firing up to 50 kilometers. That is quite painful. Not bad. As like a hunter for stealth bombers, that seems to be quite dangerous in sharpshooter modes. That's quite interesting. Anything else here? We've got a Kestrel that we could target as we launch some more missiles. Yeah, now you can see, look at all the missiles coming from this direction, hitting the armor. Some of them not showing the contrails, but a lot of them are. So that does look like it's basically raining on Havoc-Sotkin in the Ragnarok. Let's see if we can take the Kestrel out. What kind of results we have here with the auto jackdaw. Ooh, that hurts. Hydronics panicked a little bit. Blap. His poor little frigate hit quite hard. And then the Ragnarok down into low structure. There is no escape. And blap. Awesome explosion. At this point, we're down to 164. Look at performance. 60 FPS almost, so I'm pretty impressed by that. And then let's just, there we can see the missiles going. We can clearly see all of the missiles going there, chasing after a very fast target that's constantly firing in. Look at it now in the behind the explosion, or in front of the explosions, you've got all, such good effect. I like it. That black effect as the trail extends. And now just look at that. That is so beautiful. So that one is now being orbited by that frigate that is constantly being chased. Look at this. That is really, really cool. And all of the rockets just being fired here and then accelerating towards the shields going after that Concorde police battleship. And look at the bigger trails. Good God, that is so cool. Oh, look at those explosions. Damn, that's nice. That's a very, very good show right there, guys. Thank you very much for that. Now that's a good test of... Let's just grab maybe a Phoenix, start firing at him just so that I add to the stress. That's definitely one of the parts here. But these two guys are showing like the real potential now of a missile fight. We've got the bigger battleship that just can't track, not fast enough. Two big missiles for that tiny little frigate that's orbiting so fast and just constantly throwing all of its little rockets all over the shields. Look at the big trails chasing after the frigate. And then you've got the super fast little rockets here creating their own final trails as they impact the shield. That is super, super cool. Very impressed, and a major improvement. The last... Let's also maybe take a look at that so that we fire together with the fleet. Good God, he's getting repped quite a lot. And so this is something that I think in the last mass test would not have looked that good, especially the smaller missiles from the frigates would not have shown up in the same way. Here also we've got a Drake fighting right next to a rattlesnake. So look at those missiles just slowly going out because it's a battleship, and then the Drake at very close range just firing everything he's got. Not always seeing the contrails, but pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Right, let's maybe add a little bit of my own firing at the Drake. Navy issue. But yeah, this feels like, you know, you're not being crazily overwhelmed, but look at that. From time to time, basically when your camera is at the right angle, you've got nice missile effects showing what's happening, who is firing at whom, from where. On the smaller things, of course, it's gonna be a bit more tricky to figure that out. My light missiles don't really show up that well on this Drake, but especially the larger battleship missiles are shown quite visibly. So I'd say looking pretty good. Maybe what we could also look at is a Phoenix. Do we still have any on the field? Having issue with your modules activating, so that's all looking pretty good to me. We still have a tall war that we could potentially fire at. Let's see, who has been attacked quite often. And then can we see your missiles fly? Do need to find the launchers for that. Okay, it's just been wiped out. Also have a Caracal Navy issue. Anything? Down here? No. Okay, that's unfortunate. Maybe you are firing. And I'll need to add some of that fire myself. There they go. Okay, not too many. Yeah, sometimes the trails aren't there. So you can clearly see. We could even, I think, go like that to really get a good view. Ooh, that's a bit of hesitation from the server, it seems. But these missiles will be firing pretty soon. I hope. Or did his target just die? And there you go. A missile streaking behind the Phoenix that we're focusing on here. And I've got small missiles firing back. And now I'll bet that he's firing from the top at this point or something like that. And we are being attacked for the first time. Caracal is in structure though. Damn, not seeing anything. Quite annoying. Firing my final few on the Phoenix here. And is there another one? That one looks like he's still firing, I think. Yeah, there may be different types of missiles as well. Different types of launchers, so having different effects. That is possible. But damn, those big dreadnoughts not showing their effects too consistently. Keep firing, guys. That's what we're here for. Anyways, let's go back on my ship. There we go. And any targets that we can still look at. Caprice in the Praxis. Ooh, that looks really cool as well. Let's take a look at its shield effects. Ooh, that's not good. That was some real artifacting there for a second. It's super hot. Could be my graphics card. God, I hope it's not. If it is, well, planning to buy a new PC this summer anyways. So, it is what it is. And now, am I being fired at? A little bit. But we are, of course, decently fast, nimble, and cap stable. And if you really get into trouble, we can annoy him as well by going in defensive mode. Like now. Let's do that. Let's put ourselves... Die-die? Nope. I did press. There we go. I love the effect here as well. So my shields are basically round. And then we make my shields completely vertical in nature. Much smaller, harder to hit. There go my missiles after the Praxis. As I recover. Now I'm whipped and painted. So I'll have to be a bit more careful. But it's still going surprisingly well for us. 150 in local. Oh, and there it is again. It seems a lot like that's gonna be client-based. Because it's this ship, which is the Spatula, that... Oh, okay. Well, definitely need to take a print screen. He warped off. Timestamp 24, 20, 20. Something like that. Okay, definitely gonna have to... file a bug report on that, because that was clearly not my graphics card. That was clearly the client doing something kind of weird. Wish I had been able to take a print screen of that. But I'll try to figure it out, how I can maybe provide that to them. Oh, and it's actually a Corax coming after me. Let's see how you like this. Let's go into sharpshooter mode. So now he thinks that's his potential damage. We can survive that without any trouble. Now we're going to survive into sharpshooter mode, and there we go. Half his shields gone all of a sudden. He's going to think, what the hell is happening? My shields are just straight up gone. And so is he. Haha. That's right, the auto jackdaw showing what it's capable of. That is pretty cool. We can also maybe try to send a couple of bots home. Like you. Goodbye. Ooh, another. Damn, again. Okay, let's have my hand ready at the print screen. Oh, it's a spatula here again. Okay. Gotta try to be ready to grab that. If I see it. So, oh, there. Got it. Yeah, alright. So that stopped for a moment, but I think I got a print screen out of it. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that. And very strange. It's obviously on a ship. That's obviously always happening on a ship. With your modules, so we don't have that, but yeah, we do have a different type of bug. I'm going to keep firing, and well, we've been going for almost half an hour, all of it in full PvP. So maybe we'll just allow the Caracal to finish us off as we keep another eye on those black squares. The Caracal is destroyed. Looks like we'll be staying for a little while longer. Grabbing some kill reports as well. There are clear missile trails towards the Phoenix. Look at all of the missiles flying all over the battlefield. Zoomed out like this. That's definitely good. Now to figure out the black squares. I'm just gonna keep trying to move the camera around a little bit at different angles to see if we can spot something that shouldn't be there. People keep coming back because local is still going back up. Let's fire at that Jaguar. Who's repping. There we go. Those are my missiles. Good God, that's actually pretty damn good. One-shotting all of these capsules as well. If you're hunting capsules in a bigger fight, that's not bad. Here's another breacher. Who's already out of shields. Blap. And gone. 500 damage. Straight up gone. Any other small stuff here? Well, lots of frigates. And there you can clearly see all of the missiles flying. Yeah, very cool. Very nice. Capsule gone. Everybody goes home. Yeah, I'm impressed. This looks good. Performance is definitely quite okay as well. I can quite comfortably do all of the things that I want to do with the camera. There you can clearly see the missiles all over the place. So in my opinion, definitely a big improvement. So I'm actually going to hunt for the bug a little bit more. Try and get that bug report out to take it looked at. On this mass test itself, I think I'll end the recording here. seems to be quite successful. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.